We have the subconscious programs which is driving constantly in a different direction. While we visualize we want to achieve something, we set a goal. I'm going to be waking up very early and do this from tomorrow. We set all our goals, but we're not able to dream enough. Many times we don't even dream because we have so many limiting beliefs that I can only do so much. But more importantly, meditation is helping us reprogram our subconscious mind, is helping us gain a lot of knowledge that supports us to realize our dreams, irrespective of what the dream is.
The most wonderful thing is the science of friendship. That is the ultimate thing. More than science of meditation, it is the science of friendship. Whether you are a meditator or not, whether you are enlightened or not, whether you are good or bad, you can always be friends with everything. Friendship is the goal. And you arrive at the science of friendship through the science of meditation. Science of friendship is the science of enlightenment. Enlightenment is nothing but friendship. Eternal friendship with everybody.
Meditation is really miraculous. And it's also spreading all over the world that Dhyana Jagath is happening faster than what we thought would happen. A meditator ultimately becomes more responsible. When you become responsible, then not only you take care of yourself and the family, your country, take care of the entire planet.
I have other priorities. And when you say that, well, it's not about I don't have the time, but I have other priorities. So what are my priorities? And then it turns you to action, starting to clean up your agenda about the useless things and moving your time to more enriching things, including the learning. So this came with the meditation, loving ourselves and health for ourselves, accepting who we are, stopping to look for perfection.
I was going into a meeting. It was going to be a very tough meeting. So I was a little bit worried, like how would I handle it? I just remembered something which Lawrence had told the last, like she had her own experience where she was going into a meeting. She took 2 minutes away, did a very quick meditation, and the meeting went off well. I said, let me try it. And I tried it. And it went off wonderfully well.
4 months back, I diagnosed with several diseases. Then all of a sudden, one of my friends told that, why don't you meditate? And that I felt like, then I started meditating. I started believing in myself. And after 1 week, I felt that, no, these medicines are not going to help me. This meditation only going to help me.
Before starting meditation, I was very much confused of my career and I had so much of questions in myself. I didn't do anything different other than just meditation, but I think I could create my own reality.
Previously, I used to have a sore throat. Even I went to a specialist also, it doesn't cure. I need to go to visit clinic to get the antibiotic monthly. Then after the meditation for 3 months, then I have a fever. After that time, until now, I became healthy.
Happy morning, friends, and happy evening for those joining from the West. We are on day 6 of this program. So when you start hearing these experiences, you've heard many leaders, you just saw the video, many leaders talking about how meditation is helped them various, not just, of course, there's the physical health aspect of it, which we'll understand next week. But more importantly, how to do well in your own business, everyday work life. So you first, when you are open to it, you just first take it in and say, how can I implement it in my own life? And we start experimenting it. As one of the leaders said, I listened to Lawrence and I heard she mentioned this, and then I said, why don't I experiment? Why don't I try it out? And it really worked for him. So the key for what I realized was to be open. And the way we learn is in many ways. We learn through books. Of course, we talked about books, but we also learn significantly when we listen to other masters, other co-meditators, through their experiences, through their wisdom. So today we do have an amazing speaker, a friend, and a very, very successful leader. After come and share her experience. But it's all about us being open and listening to everything. We listened earlier, right? So a lot of times the analytical mind, we kind of filter things that come to us. But with meditation, we naturally drop it. We take in fully, and of course we use our intellect to do what is right. So friends, excited to have all of you into this day 6 of this 40-day journey. I'll hand over to Master Chandra, who is in London, middle of the night. His commitment to this program and to everyone. I'm always inspired. Thank you, Chandra, and I hand it over to you.
Thank you, Rakesh. Yes. Lawrence will join shortly. She's here with me in this place. We got some programs tomorrow morning. There she goes. We were talking about yesterday what meditation was not meditation. There are various modalities. There are various techniques. It's important we understand the differences enough that we know what to practice and what to follow. Thank you, Lawrence, for joining. One of the common things that comes out, generally when we talk about spirituality, is, the breath control, pranayama. Various pranayamas are there. The reason that I got really attracted to Ana-Pana-Sati meditation is it is natural. our natural state is not to control the breath. And so Ana-Pana-Sati is asking you not to control the breath. Instead, it is asking you to just be with it. Natural is right. Natural is easy. Nature is easy. Nature is right. What is right is always easy. What is easy is always natural. These three words are important. Natural, easy, and right. It's got to be simple. It's got to be natural. When it's natural, then it's our nature. It becomes easy to automatically do things. That's why many inventions take inspiration from nature so that they know that they're on the right path. Flights, they've taken the whole inspiration from the birds. So this technique, Ana-Pana-Sati, is natural. There isn't any, you're not tampering the breath. We're not manipulating the breath. We're asking people to sit in the most comfortable. What is natural to you? If I have some problem in the leg, I got a way to sit down. Sit down in that posture, no problem. Comfort of the body, that's natural for us. Sitting in a comfortable posture. Now everything is there. Now when it comes to holding the breath and expanding and contracting, Kumbhaka, Puraka, Rechika, now these three things are there. Puraka, fill it, Rechika, empty it, Kumbhaka, hold it. Now these are all there and they all work on the energy system very significantly, absolutely. They work on the energy body significantly. They work on the energy body and they release several grades and blocks. Now, but naturally, all this energy body of us is not blocked for an evolved brain. When we're evolved, there is no blocks in the body. When we're not evolved, there are blocks. And if you force open them, there is a problem. That's why when you do any special pranayamas or special asanas, they always put them, say, requires a expert guidance. Be careful, don't do this, don't do that. Because we're force opening some things that are not naturally force opening them, force unblocking them. It's like somebody who does not have control of the mind. If you tell them, here is the key and here are 3 buttons you can press and then you can invoke an atomic bomb or nuclear bomb, what can happen? It's like that. We don't do that, isn't it? You've got multiple checks before somebody can go and then do anything like that. But when we allow something to naturally happen, and which is happening, dear friends, with Ana-Pana-Sati. With Ana-Pana-Sati, we're allowing things to happen very naturally. Where what are we doing? An evolved brain has them unlocked automatically. There are no blocks in the body. Our Mooladhara center, the first energy center, the third energy center, the throat energy center, there is so much block here. When we become pure, automatically this gets unblocked. Purity. In our expression, purity has to come, creativity has to come, automatically gets unblocked. What is purity? Become one, aligned to your thoughts, your words and deeds. Same thing. Be honest, be integral in what you say. It requires a lot of mindfulness practice. For that, it requires us to understand that we are more than the body, because a lot of time this manipulation, this managing people, everything is coming because we think I'm special or I'm lower, I'm different, you're different. And so there is always this managing situations, managing people, manipulating people, they're all there. And how do we overcome it? We need to understand that I'm more than the body. When we understand I'm more than the body, then we start, when we understand our life experiences so minuscule compared to everything that already exists. And we start contemplating and say, okay, that's all it is. Why should I have that argument? No big deal. Okay, fine, I can accept it. This not this time, next time it's fine. Next time it's going to happen my way. It's not always my way. So we increase our perspective. When we increase our perspective about this life, then automatically many things start becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, or they become insignificant. They become strong in the teacup. Things that we feel like, oh, this is it. Without this, I cannot do it. I know my life sucks. I don't know, this my dream is not broken now because this happened. All those things become like storms in the teacup. What is it? It is a storm in the teacup. That's all it is. When we increase our understanding, that means evolve. Understanding that I am the whole, that I am this field energy to matter. That I am creating my reality. That I heal myself. That what I'm experiencing is so minuscule compared to the whole that exists out there. And increase your understanding, so automatically all these blocks are removed. That where I can be my natural self, authentic self. I don't need to try to manipulate. I don't need to manage people. Sure. Non-alignment of thoughts, words, and deeds. Manasa, vacha, karmana. Align. That's what purity means here. Are we pure in when we communicate? We say something, we think something else. Yes, I come here for doing this work because, the master is there or the manager is there, but then inside, oh, when will he leave and when she leave, so that I can just not go off and do what I want. That's not being aligned. When we have these misalignment things, this thing, this thyroid, which is physical system, is blocked. And so in general, there is energy is imbalanced in the body. The point is, we need to increase our understanding. Why am I manipulating? Why am I managing situations? What is required? So to increase our understanding is jnana is there. That's why I talked about reading books, understanding, and using that knowledge with meditation so that it becomes your wisdom, practical experience. So it's not a theoretical thing. When you have a practical experience, you can live by it. So techniques which are forcing a few things on us to force open versus things that are naturally allowing us to evolve, and so that naturally those things get unblocked. We have a choice. One force open is like, pumping iron into the gym every day, and then after a few days, then suddenly I can't manage the discipline anymore. So what happens again? Person become more fatter than before. What happened? But when something comes naturally, we work on ourselves naturally. So Ana-Pana-Sati meditation, don't expect immediate result. Results are happening when you don't expect. People are able to sleep after a few days of meditation when they couldn't sleep for 6 months, 6 years, like that. But results are happening, but sometimes it appears to take time, but it is happening naturally. We are working on our natural self, evolving. But we must read, we must practice. They both are must. Jnana Yoga and Dhyana Yoga. We are absolutely doing these two different. That's why we're giving emphasis. If you are serious about changing yourself, then stay through the program and then stay through every session as much. I want to read one beautiful thing from this book, Messiah's Handbook, and then it has caught my attention today. I'm going to read this. It is so beautiful. It says, it's a master certificate. This is to certify that the bearer, that means the one holding the certificate, has been declared a master of space-time and is authorized to command absolute control over all personal life events and an indefinite number of simultaneous life experiences, to focus consciousness among them at will, to freely choose trump or tragedy as she or he wishes, and to magnetize such like spirits as she or he desires for his or her personal education and entertainment. The certificate is subject to only one limit, self-imposed. How about that? And this certificate is in everybody's pocket. It's been said again and again that our life events, our life situations, we are absolutely creating and drawing them, and then only we have the total control if we believe or not believe. And so we're raised to that understanding, dear friends, when we regularly listen in and regularly read and learn from others' experience and through our own experience. We'll go into meditation. Now, regularity of the meditation is important. So today, in your newsletter, we talk about why regularity is important in many other ways. Because it brings the discipline to the body, it brings higher visions, inspirations to you regularly. Dreams become clearer, so there are more higher spirits that are trying to help you. The limiting factors, our attractions to, the vanities and glamour, some of those, fanaticism, some of those disappear when you're regular. When you're not regular, again, they come back, and so they sort of put us away. So regularity is very important. So please do the newsletter. And then when I say regularity, we're talking of attending this program or doing what you're doing regularly every day for a few days at least. Then you get it. When you master it, when you operate from a different level, then you know when you need it or not. It's like, one day you said, today I need fasting. I don't want to eat food, so you do it. It's like that. Okay, I've got my doses. Today I'll take a break. It's fine from meditation, but otherwise you're taking like food every day. Regularity is essential to make it a habit. And we do it without any urgency. We do it in the natural method so that we can follow through it. It becomes part of our life. Breath works are there, Kundalini activations are there, chakra energizations are there, all there. I will probably do one or two of them a little bit. It's for curiosity to understand. In past life regressions are there. They solve problems. Through meditation, one can see the past and present if you start exploring that subject of it. But through meditation, everything is possible in a natural way. But we need to be regular. We need to believe in this. And then how do we believe? Just keep reading more. So you start seeing so many people experience the same thing over and over and over. So enough time that we see it, hear it, then we know that yes, this is true. Let's go into meditation once again, dear friends. Hi, Lawrence. Say a few words before we go into meditation and then listen from you after the session.
Thank you, Chandra, and just hello to everyone. And first, congratulations for being there. I cannot tell how happy I am to be here tonight, because it is the night here in UK with Chandra, who is like a brother to me. So it's nearly 3 years we couldn't see each other, and being together in this session is just fabulous. So I'm just enjoying the present moment, and this is what we learn from mindfulness and meditation. Just make the most of every minute of your life, and it's just one example of how much I can appreciate. And certainly much better than before I started meditation. I am in every single word that I can hear from Chandra, and the energy that I can feel from this team, this community around this video call. So thank you, and have a great meditation. I will talk afterwards about some more experiences as a business leader.
Wonderful. We always have people who make our realize our dreams. They enable our dreams. They're part of soul contracts, but they are. And to me, Lawrence is one such master who enabled me to live my dream, who is continuing to do so through Buddha CEO Foundations. Is the co-founder of Buddha CEO. Together we dreamt of many things to do, and we did many things we continue to do in the space of meditation or otherwise with nature, many things. So we'll hear had experiences after meditation. So relax yourself, dear friends, sit comfortably. Those of you know we are practicing Ana-Pana-Sati meditation, our breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind of the thousands of thoughts. We do this simply by observing our natural breath. So sit comfortably with your eyes closed, specs removed, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap comfortably. Cross your feet at ankle. If you're sitting on the floor, just cross-legged. No special asana required. Spine need not be erect. And with your eyes closed, take any point on the nose, preferably in the middle of the eyebrows, and observe your breath. Observe the natural breath. You know, the air is going in and coming out, and just simply observe it. When I observe your breath, then our mind becomes empty. Slowly thoughts come down. And as you continue to observe and slowly you find that there are very few thoughts and less and less and less and thoughts. And as that is happening, you start feeling emptiness around you. And as you find emptiness, there may be some sensations in your body, some kind of energy, feeling of energy. All of that may happen. Be a witness to it. Whatever that you may experience that is out of ordinary, be a witness to it. Do not analyze it. If you think that there is some thought, you know it. You can distinguish whether it is a thought, whether it is something out of ordinary, like body movement. You're not moving the body, but body moves in meditation. If it is so, observe it. Be a witness to it. But if there's thought, bring your attention back to the breath again, and again observe the breath. And slowly, again, slowly, breath becomes lighter and go into the empty state. And then be in the state. Our goal is to be in the empty state of mind for as long as we can, right? And before we do that, we'll do something called heart elevation process. Just relax yourself and then follow my guidance for that, which is for the first few minutes we're doing it to slow the brain down and then to go into the deeper states of Ana-Pana-Sati, empty states of mind. With your eyes closed, dear friends. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. With your eyes closed, specs removed, fingers into fingers, be with your breath. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. As our mind is becoming empty, we merge into that greater emptiness, that quantum consciousness, that energy, that light. That exists all around. Be with your breath. Allow yourself to merge into your breath. And allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. As you empty your mind, become aware of that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Become aware of the emptiness spreading far and wide beyond your body, beyond your room, stretching into the edges of this universe. That's energy. This is that unlimited quantum energy field of highest intelligence. The longer we stay connected with it as no body, as no thing, the more we program our subconscious with the most expansive will. friends. Express gratitude to all things and everybody. Gratitude is the highest state of receivership. Be grateful to this grand nature, to everything you use, the technology, to all the people in your life, your parents, your teachers, your family, friends, everybody, to yourself, and to this quantum field. Recollect your experience from the session, and whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. So Saturdays are our business leader days. We're always inviting guest leaders, but in this case, Lawrence is not a guest leader. Today, Lawrence is the founder of Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, but of course, otherwise a very successful executive. So listening from her, Rakesh.
Yes, Chandra. Friends, just a formal introduction of Lawrence. Lawrence Jody is an experienced senior general manager who successfully managed multiple large global organizations in the information technology area. She lived in France, Singapore, and the United States. Until recently, she was based in New York and was a senior general manager at IBM Services, as well as corporate sponsor at mindfulness at IBM. After being introduced to meditation and teaching meditation to thousands of leaders and professionals, she decided to settle in France and devote her time to teaching meditation and mindfulness, the corporate and academic world, as well as to engage in other meditation initiatives. She is also a wife and mother of 2 boys and is committed to supporting people with disabilities. Personally, for me, she's a true friend whom I connected to on the first day I listened to her, about 2 years ago when she spoke in a similar program. But since then, I really genuinely admire her. I get inspired from her. We connected in so many different ways. We share a passion for nature. And I'm truly honored and privileged to invite her for this session. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you for being there. Middle of the night, always ready to share. Thank you.
Lawrence has to be made co-host. And
all right, thank you. Thank you, Rakesh, for this nice introduction. Yes, a true friend. I will always remember when we had some meetings and my son was there also, and despite he cannot talk and cannot really move, but he was so happy to see you every time, and that was a true connection, you know, I don't know, telepathy, you name it. So welcome again, and I'm really honored to be there tonight. I am the business guest speaker, co-founder of Buddha CEO. I have been talking in this 40 days program many times and sharing my business experience when I started to discover meditation in 2016, as I was working with Chandra and introduced me to Pyramid Valley meditation. I met Treyans, Daga also, and Vani, and started to read a lot. I met Patriji, and that's how I started my journey into meditation when I had zero experience about it. Raised in France, in a Catholic family, and nobody was talking about meditation. But today I decided to talk about a topic that is becoming more and more vital, essential, or connected with my soul. It's about nature and animals. You would say, what is the connection with business? Well, what I'm going to try to explain is that the journey that I'm going through now, after deciding to change life in the end of 2020, is something that I wish everybody starts. The soonest is the best. Because when individuals, when business leaders, when community leaders, when public sector leaders will start to feel this deep, deep connectedness, this inner transformation that is brought by meditation, enabled by meditation, and really connect with nature in a complete different way that just the intellectual understanding of, for instance, the climate change. This is where we're going to be able to actually protect in a big way the planet and the animals, and in a sense, our survival. More and more research are showing that only inner transformation of people and changing or bringing or developing the skills that will lead us to this collective consciousness that we need to do something, and that will bring us the strength to change our habits, will have a real impact, and will be the connection between the inner and the outer. And I now strongly believe that meditation is the way. Of course, if you meditate already, you have found this connection. That we need to help go deeper, and we need to help people around us doing it. So what is this journey for me? And you might try to reconnect with your own, for instance, childhood. You know, as far as I remember, I really loved nature. I was always outside, climbing trees, you know, building huts in forest, working on, you know, streams and observing the water. I absolutely love, you know, dogs and horses. We couldn't have these animals at home, so I was trying to borrow them from friends, you know, a few moments here and there. I wanted to be explorer in the jungle. I wanted to become a veterinary. I just wanted to do that. But then growing up and, you know, the school, the environment, you know, the reason everything happened. And actually I became, you know, a busy business leader. And as many of you, nature became, let's say, few hours during weekend. You know, it was, if it was raining or cold or windy, well, I would select to be in the in nature, at home instead of going in nature. Actually, you know, less and less brave to face the elements. You don't realize it. But as I was saying, you know, the meditation is a never-ending, you know, journey, and it really transforms you and enrich your life in a, you know, in your present, in all your experiences. And while these last 5 years after discovering meditation, I was truly focusing on the health, the energy, the creativity, you know, memory powers, you know, the clarity and emotional intelligence that meditation brings to all of us. Now I'm discovering another full dimension of what meditation, you know, can bring to myself. And in fact, meditation is helping me to reconnect with the child I was, and with the inner self, this child in me, and kind of relive like a rebirth of this human innate connectedness with nature and animals that life most of the time, you know, tend to make you forget about. We might have plants here and there, we might do a little garden here and there, but, you know, we have lost what was there when we were born, this natural, you know, friendship or connectedness or oneness with nature. And the first time, you know, I tried, as I was preparing this session, I tried to remember again and again, and I have taken notes in the last few years. When did this kind of deep connectedness started again? The first time I felt deep inside this different connection with nature was the first time I went to the Pyramid Valley International in Bangalore. This is where Chandra introduced me to meditation and all these meditators and masters, you know, that I could meet that day. And then I went there again. It was really deep. It was an experience. It's like a door that you open. It was acting with me like a magnet. I wanted to go back and to go back and to go back. And thanks to meditation, all your senses are completely open. You feel at peace, you feel complete. So I told Chandra that even I felt like I was a tree in that valley, maybe thousands of years ago, and I was back. I even decided to adopt a tree. I identified a tree when I was there, and I adopted that tree like it's the tree. And when I was back in the US, I would ask for pictures and so on, and I was thinking about that tree. Can you imagine? I had been living for more than 10 years in the US, near New York, near woods and a river, a beautiful one. But I had never taken a walk in there. Even if there was a track that you could use and people were using, and I could see them going in the woods, not far away from my home. And thanks to meditation, I changed my habit. I actually made this a daily practice. You know, after the work day, whatever the weather was, going into the woods, talking to trees, hugging trees, meditating a few minutes in front of the river. But for 10 years, I didn't even notice. So you can see what life can do to you. And, you know, it becomes something that you forget. So there was also in this meditation journey, aha moment vis-a-vis nature. You know, I learned, you know, from reading books, from understanding better the science of energy, that there were some, you know, energy places around the world. I got interested to that, talked to Chandra, and we visited some of these places, like Sedona and Mount Shasta in the US, and truly meditating in these places and feeling the energy of the earth was a complete new things for me. Never came to my mind that these kind of things existed. So the message here is we learn as we meditate, but we have to make also a step to talk about it to others, because it will help them connect their soul, their body and their mind with nature. Another change that everybody can do, you know, in the US, like many places in France also, you know, everybody has a beautiful lawn, you know, green, that they cut every week. A lot of water is wasted on this to make it perfect and so on. Well, we all know now that it's very bad for the earth, for the insect, for the biodiversity, but people keep doing it. So as we woke up with my husband, with this meditation experience, this mindfulness, we completely changed the way we were handling our garden. Anybody can do that. So we started to sow, you know, like wild meadow kind of seeds, and it created a complete different garden. And then it was a home for, you know, we had marmots coming and squirrels and birds. And I can tell you, insects were very happy. And we discovered that no, the grass was not growing like this, it was just growing naturally. We didn't cut anything. And we started to see what meant biodiversity and observing these animals. And you have them in front of you, you know, every day. You know, when COVID was there and we were all home, you know, you put your computer in front of the window and you can observe. You are always with nature, but now it's not like just decoration. You discover the seasons and you can see the resilience, the challenges that nature is facing, and it makes you think about your own challenges. You learn the patience, things are growing. We decided also in the garden for the first time to grow vegetables. And it's an experience. Again, changing yourself and having an impact on your own life. So many people are doing this, and I know many meditators, you know, and I learned in PVI also a lot about this. But a lot of people are still not doing it. because we have never done it. So the wake-up call from nature is coming through meditation, and it's becoming like a guide. Your body, your mind get hooked by the rhythm of nature. And you start really be present through mindfulness and take the time to observe the sky, the colors, smell the perfumes, caress a rock. These things like this that we forget with the, materialistic life or the busy life. And then we want to reconnect. And no, we are not crazy by doing this. It's just giving us so much energy and peace. I really encourage everyone to do it. And as we meditate also, we develop our curiosity, our ability to read, to research. We connect with a lot of people, we share experiences. And so these books that we are reading about nature, the science behind it is also an additional pleasure. It will enrich our soul, it's enriching our life, and it has an extremely positive impact on the way we work and the workplace, because we bring this creativity, these new ideas, this new emotion that we have felt into the workplace. So one book, for instance, that I recommend to everyone, if you have not been reading it already, is The Secret Life of Trees. It's somebody who is taking care of a forest since many years in Europe. This book has been a bestseller, and you learn a lot about the trees, and for instance, that they have roots that use microscopic mushrooms to create a web, a network between them, and exchange nutrients and news, believe it or not. So if a tree is attacked by a parasite, for instance, and trying to defend itself, it will create some chemicals. The tree creates chemicals to fight, but the tree is not selfish. It's going to send through this web of microscopic mushroom the information to the other trees around, so they can start preparing their own chemicals in case they would be attacked the same way. Well, if the trees are able to do that, how can we not? Right? So these kind of things make you change even more deeply the way you look at the world, our life, our relationship, everything, and develop this willingness to truly change our habits and admire and learn from nature. That is actually having everything we need to be healthy and happy. And finally, my journey now is on another dimension, which is around animals. I became a vegetarian the day I started to meditate. It was like obvious. It was initially because I was suggested to do that and try this new experience by Chandra and all the people I met in India. But it was easy because I started meditating. But then it became something critical for the environment. And then it became something absolutely necessary for the compassion to animals. So when I changed life and came back to France, we realized a dream that we had with my husband, and we both, got a horse, living in a meadow with other horses, very happy, very nature oriented. But I learned much more than I thought I would. I was dreaming about, riding the horse and living the experience of, people living in the far west, in the US, everything I had been reading about since and when I was a child. But you learn new things when you are with this big, noble animal, and you learn from scratch. You have to do an effort on yourself. You have to try to see the life through their own eyes if you really care about them. And, you know, typically in the Western world and in my generation, we were told that a horse is much better in a box, in a stable. It's comfy, no risk, food is there. But actually, I learned the horse is absolutely not happy there. He has to be outside and he has special needs, social needs. So it's transforming also, again, your subconscious belief about nature in a big, big way. You try to put yourself, you know, in their feet. No, you don't need the iron on the feet for a horse. Nobody is born with iron on their feet. And when you start reading science about it, you understand why you shouldn't do that. You also feel this unconditional love that the animal is giving to you. So you learn even more about yourself. And all of this has an impact again with your life and how you look in the workplace at your relationship, your tone, the way you work with people, you interact with people, the meaning of friendship. Of course, it's reinforcing, you know, becoming a vegetarian, because when you are close to an animal, really close, I mean, it's becoming, you cannot comprehend as people can eat animals. Of course, somebody told me, yes, but it's like a pet. No, I said, you know, any animals become the same way and you feel it in your bone. And then now I'm learning communication with animals. If I had done that 5, 6, 7 years ago before meditating, everybody, including myself, thought I would be crazy. But I am doing it because I believe that there is something here that is true. Telepathy exists. We exchange through vibration. Horses feel the rhythm of your heart when you are on them. It's scientifically proven. So there is a kind of inner connection between both. So just to share that with you, that, you know, in Buddha CEO, we talked a lot about, of course, the dimension in the workplace, but meditation will drive you to learn all sort of experiences and we go deeper. And nature is a must now. As Karthikeyan Sir, you know, is saying, nature is our only home. Our only home. It's not a place you visit. It's a place we need to care about deeply. And if you address the problem of nature and protecting the planet and the earth only through intellectual and rational, you know, aspect, it's not going to go fast enough. We are far too slow about it and too limited. So we need to innovate. And this innovation, this deep feeling of connecting inner and outer and changing our habits will come through meditation. We will talk more about that in a program that Buddha CEO is proposing on Friday and Saturday, this Friday and Saturday, because Friday, April 22 is the Earth Day around the world. And so many organizations, many communities will celebrate and encourage people to do something that day and to raise awareness about the urgency to change our habits and have a real impact. And it is personal level, community level, but it's of course business level and government level. So I encourage you to join us and listen to, you know, many key leaders and who will share their own experience and how they started to volunteer and feel connected with nature, but volunteer, you know, on initiatives that will protect our planet. So join us, and with that, I'm turning back to Chandra, and thank everyone for listening and for everything you're going to do for the planet and the animals going forward. Thank you, Chandra.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lawrence. Becoming sensitive to nature has to become our second nature when we become meditators. This is, if you have to list one of the significant benefits of meditation, this is the top of the list. Patriji used to say, only thing exists is meditation. One solution to all problems, because we've seen it. Every one of us are turning very sensitive to nature. At Pyramid Valley, in 20 years, we probably have removed only a handful of trees. It's a forest area, but it became so natural for us to really think twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times before we even have to remove something. Lawrence, I was definitely, when I read that book, The Secret Life of Trees, that they communicate underground, they form a web of connections, so they communicate through their roots from one to the other, whether threats, whether they're sharing resources. That was an amazing understanding to have. You know, we will take minimum, not maximum. Initially, all our desires have to be met. Then slowly we move towards getting our needs met. And then slowly we move towards others' needs that are meeting through us. All of it in a very positive way. So thank you very much, Lawrence, for sharing some thoughts on the whole, how meditation is helping us become sensitive to animals, plants, nature. And so naturally the problems that are there compounded today will cease. The grand predictions of many spiritual masters is that the golden age will be established on the planet Earth in a few years. So we just have to do our part, become more nature friendly, so become meditators. So dear friends, if anybody has questions to Lawrence, she'll be here to answer. We are doing this Earth Day celebration, Saturday, Sunday of next week. So there are, Friday and Saturday of next week. And so there are programs in the India evening time. So we have, just something to contemplate on, think about more on this Earth Day, about celebrating nature and protecting nature. So Lawrence has put together a beautiful program to meet and then listen from various speakers, including Karthikeyan sir. And then of course we are doing definitely meditations, part of those sessions. So do register, and then more importantly, use this occasion to do the popularize developing friendship with nature, as well as gaining some meditation through this program. If anybody has questions, Lawrence will answer. We are on the top of the hour for our session. So thank you very much for joining. In a couple of minutes, we'll take your questions. And in case Karthikeyan would like to make any comment. Sorry, you're there. Yes, sir.
Wonderful, Lawrence. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chandra. Wonderful. Yesterday is very, very important. Mother Earth is crying for relief. Imagine, we are brought down to that level. Crying for relief, imagine. The situation is really very serious, very grave. It is now or never. Already late. So much of damage has been done. Unmindful. Pure selfishness.
all the previous generations, our ancestors have lived, enjoyed, at the same time ensured that the future generations also have the same comforts, facilities, is only in the last 100 years. This madness of overexploitation has happened, but at least now people are waking up. It's high time they realize what damage they have done. We have done, right? They have done. We all have. Everybody has a contribution. Living beyond our means. We all, of course, do care for our children, grandchildren, future generations. Building mansions, industries, estates. But at the same time, we have done so much damage. See what's happening, the global warming. Glaciers melting faster than ever. Sea water rising so fast. Even earlier, whenever I used to go to Venice, I thought maybe this is the last time I will not be able to see it again because it's floating in the water, sea water. Now the reality is reality. It's not just a they say in the next 30, 40 years, many island nations will go underwater. That cannot be prevented. Even if we stop doing all the damage already done, it cannot be reversed. Just imagine, and coastal cities, they'll be flooded with rising sea level. In fact, I had the courage in a very major, important conference even to suggest, is it wise to invest huge amounts in coastal cities today? Of course, somebody got angry with me. What do you mean? Because all the powerful people, all the powers live in coastal cities. But the reality is that, okay, at least now let us stop any further damage. There's so many things to be done, but it's not a time to talk about it now. The minimum thing we can do is don't cut the trees, raise more forests. The easiest way, perhaps the only way in the long run to do it. Stop animal agriculture. Millions of acres of forests have been destroyed to grow more food grains, to fatten the animals. So if we stop this and raise more forests, this is the easiest thing can be done and should be done immediately. Let us not depend on governments and alone. Each one of us have a responsibility to do it. And I would say I admire Buddha CEO, Quantum Foundation, and particularly Lawrence for taking up this cause. Of course, Patriji and his gifted daughters are doing a lot of service in this field. And I'm happy we all be taking part in this. Let us create a big movement, global movement with this. You should not think, oh, what's a small organization, what individuals can do. No, it all starts with individuals only. It is the greatest service you can do to humanity, to save the planet here, to each one of us and our future generations. Good luck to you. All support to you, Lawrence. We are all with you. Thank you, Chandra.
Thank you so much. I know you are a great sponsor and active advocate on this cause. And we will hear more from you at the end of next week, encouraging everybody to take a step on this topic. So thanks a lot again for your great support. Everybody can do something, everyone.
See, I am not talking about this planting of trees now because I'm from a village, rural area, born in a village, grew up in a farm. I've been very fond of greenery. So wherever in my service, wherever I had traveled, all over India, even outside, I have ensured that trees are planted, plants are. I mean, at this time, we did not realize that the damage we are doing to the planet. It's only last few years we realizing how dangerous, how serious it has become. I can say, without any pride, I can say that I may be responsible for about 100,000 trees being around various places. Because when I go for inspection of any unit, those officers know very well I am fond of trees. They plant a lot of trees. Here when I go, I want to ensure they are there. But recently, in my own birthplace, my village, last year, we planted 2,400 trees to call it a Apana forest. It is not orchard for fruits and all that. 2,400 trees. Now again, the shortage of water. We went into a bore well, fortunately found some water. Again, for 2,000 trees, I'm going to plant now. That will be orchard. Why we do it? Of course, not only we don't get the income, I have to spend money, but only to create such centers where people that should be acted as a model to activate others also to say, even in one portion of their land, they should raise forests, trees, because it's only like this all over the world it is done. In another 10, 20 years' time, we should be able to recover some of the lost ground. That is the duty to the planet, to our future generations. Each one of us has to do it. I am totally with you, Lawrence, Chandra. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Certainly will look forward. Yes, Tiwari. Thank you, Karthikeyan, sir, for joining. Yes.
Thank you, Lawrence, and thank you, Chandra, sir. This is it's a very famous saying that the earth has enough for everybody's need, but it's not even sufficient for a single man's greed. So that is very, very nicely it has been put up, and I'm so happy that it is the urban area. So we are so-called elite and living in the environment of the computers, and after that the corporates, and thinking of the quantum increase in the production, and after that the gaining, how much of we are gaining and all. So it is it is so important and so nice that you are addressing a segment, and as it is very much perceptible from the life of Lawrence, what she said, that okay, 10 years, how I was 10 years before and how I am 10 years from now onward. It is a great inspiration for people that how a simple the age-old tradition of our own meditation and all can change. As far as I am concerned, I have always been living with some sort of plant and animal as part of whether it is in urban area or it is or in the rural area. If you sometimes you feel that your plants and animals are much more your true friends. Have you heard a cat, or have you seen a cow or a dog? Before you enter your house, they know that they are coming, and you forget everything, and they know when you are happy, when they are sad. So it's a great thing, and as it is rightly pointed out,
one person with right attitude and right conviction is equivalent to 1,000 people being put together. And rightly, it has been pointed out that daily so many species are being lost. So it's good, and it's congratulations, and we all are with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiwari. Dr. Dharmendra.
Good morning, sir. Sir, good morning, Lawrence. Sir, the wonderful thing that I do always take benefit from the nature, because nature is a healer. And whenever I do feel tension or some kind of trouble, I do generally goes to in my garden, and there is a big a tree of people, people. And when I hug the people and just sit in under the tree for 5-10 minutes, all the worries and all this my anxiety disappears, and I always feel very much energized and happy. Just I want to share this thing. Thank you.
That's wonderful, and it's scientific known that actually it's recommended for everybody every day at least to spend 10 minutes, if possible, near a tree or with a tree. You know that our DNA is nearly the same with a tree, and we exchange energy. Yes, they help you calm down, and so many things, new ideas have been happening under a tree. It's from far away in the time. It has. So yeah, go under a tree, close your eyes, see the leaves. It's just a wonder. So I'm glad that you can feel that, and it makes you peaceful.
Always. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, Lawrence. Good morning, Chandraji. Good morning to all the co-meditators and masters. It is wonderful to talk on the subject, Lawrence, like what you chose, planet, animals, nature. I just wanted to share one thing with everyone that, like Karthikeyan sir said, I born and lived in a village. I started when my life started in a very rural village where I was born, not in hospital, in the house. Okay, and there was no power, no electricity, no water supplies in the village. Everything is natural, very natural. I lived, and I used to go to the fields. Lived along with the animals like buffaloes, cows, bullocks, and calves. Everything in the house. Okay. So our house was absolutely an agricultural family and lived very, very naturally. When I grow up, okay, so obviously I used to miss all that, But when I shifted to my job, it's a God's blessing, I believe. I lived in a place wherein absolutely we were very near to nature, filled with greenery, filled with woods. Okay, anywhere you walk, it is just greenery, nature, and even in those days, everyone in Shabad, most of the people had pets in their house. So such was the circumstances where I lived. And after retirement, when I come to Bangalore, you'll be surprised that the place where I'm staying, absolutely surrounded by the greenery and woods. This is an HMT township developed, by the public sectors very early. It's almost 600 acres of land. And though I am living in a small flat, but my point is, I enjoy nature, and God has blessed me to be amongst the nature. In this Corona time, when everything was closed, believe me, the oxygen level was 100% pure. That is the place where we stay, and surrounded by woods and all sort of animals we could see, all sort of birds we could see. I have photographed those things. So somehow, if you desire by your heart, you get it. You get it. That's what I feel. And how many trees we planted as Alliance members? Every school, every institution. Okay, every year this was our program. So I feel very happy when you talked, Lawrence, about the plants, the trees, hugging. In the book you said, okay, I have written down and I will buy that book and read again. Okay, but thank you so much for enlightening all of us and bringing back my old memories and making me probably think how do I activate myself to improve that. So thank you, thanks to Chandra sir. I am feeling myself very proud that I joined this group or organization. Okay, wherein the journey has been something very totally different from what I led my earlier journey. I just restarted my journey. So thanks to giving me an opportunity to all of you. It's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I love when you desire it, it's happening, and that's part of the meditation journey. And you also, show that everybody can do something. You are in a place where people thought about having, trees and plants and so on. I am part of a very small startup. And the first things we did was that, for every dollar that we make out of it, and we don't make a lot for now because it's a very small, but we have a percentage of it going to planting trees. Okay, so even a single gesture like that can help, and everybody who is, in business can decide something like that. And every drop is helping, to protect the planet. So living around trees and making some gesture at work, and it's something that will really change the mindset of everyone and get us to the results. So thank you so much for sharing also.
Thank you.
We count on you Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, yes. See, I tell you, last 3 months I have started meditating, only 3 months. And all the 3 months, maybe hardly I must have missed 3 days. So that I mean, it's automatic now. It's nobody has to tell me, or I will look for the programs. Okay, program after program. That's I wish that I enhance my my journey further. Okay. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Vinitaji, I thought I'd seen somebody with you. Yes. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Good morning, Lawrence and Chandraji. She's my younger sister. She came for a night stay, and she's attending the sessions from the very first day of this 40-day session. So already she is in Buddhism. She's a practitioner of Buddhism. So I told her, if you combine these two things, Buddhism with meditation, the combo package would be great. So just try it. And she's really finding very interesting. And before she says anything, I would like to share, as we are talking about the birds and the animals and the nature, even we live here in Delhi at such a place where, lots of birds, different kinds of birds at the migration time you see, and lots of greenery is there. And once I was sitting on my terrace and doing meditation, and when I opened the eyes, I saw a peacock just walking near me. So lots of peacocks are also here. And at times, they're also walking along in the garden outside a small park, which is there in front of our house. So yeah, living with the nature, with the trees. But today, definitely, it was a beautiful experience listening to you about the horses and communicating with the animals. And hugging the tree was a new concept. I must try this. So definitely great listening to you, Lawrence, today.
Yes, and just before your sister is talking, it is said, and I started to learn from Chandra about it, but I made some research that when during your day you see an animal, every single animal is a kind of sign. It has a signification for you during that day, or maybe, in a broader way, but they all mean something. And it happened to me, for instance, in Pyramid Valley, a snake. And, from subconscious mind, snake is dangerous, but actually when you read about this, it just means that, this is the animal that is changing his skin on a regular basis, and that maybe it's giving you a sign that you are transforming yourself. So it's just fascinating to go back to all this knowledge that we lost, over time. So I wish you a lot of peacock. I don't know exactly the signification, but it was probably a good one. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence. Yeah, Chandra.
Yes. Yes, madam. How was your first day's experience?
Yeah,
with
we
us?
want to hear from you.
Yeah, myself, Meenu Gupta. And actually, I'm already practicing, as my sister told you, that I'm from the last 7 years, I'm practicing Buddhism, Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism. You must be knowing Daisaku Ikeda. So I'm into this. I can easily understand whatever you are telling us to. Like she shared one thing with me, one study which she has done with you, and I could easily correlate with that. Yes, I have studied, but you actually, the best thing is what I have found, that you are actually elaborating those concepts in very easy and simple way. Means anyone can correlate it. So that thing I'm learning. I'm on the learning process. So yeah, I have attended 3-4 sessions of yours, and I'm finding great to have connected with you. So that's all from my side.
Thank you.
Your good name?
My name? Yeah, Meenu Gupta.
Meenu
Gupta.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Chandraji.
Thank you. Talking on that, connecting with animals, Ted Andrews. Ted Andrews is, there are of course many shaman masters, many masters, but Ted Andrews, his books are a very authentic source of information about when you see an eagle and a snake and a peacock, and they're always communicating. Everything is communicating good things to us. And so something for us, you to take on. That books are available on Amazon. So something to use if you're curious to explore, right, over a period of time. So there are various sciences, and one is this science and symbols, and how we interpret them to our own best advantage. Okay. Yes. Thank you all.
While on the subject,
yes, sir.
Lawrence, you should visit Damanur. He had not already gone on the foothills of Alps mountain. It's a community. I had the privilege of going there a couple of times. And there, we all know we are all related. That the plants, animals, humans, we are all related. But there, you see, when they leave the home, they go and hug the tree and take leave of the tree. And when they come back, hug the tree and tell the tree, yes, we are back home. They believe in it and do it emotionally. And also they communicate with the plants. They communicate with the plants. I have seen it, and they invited them. They demonstrated it even in Delhi and South also. That is they got an instrument. They put a clip on the leaf of the plant and they speak. It is an electromagnetic wave, and then they respond. That also comes back also. It's amazing. See, a reality that they practice it, and they all carry, along with the names, the name of a plant, an animal, or a bird, or even an insect, to say that we are all related. That's like the surname. Your proper name, and the surname is that of a plant or a tree or animal and all that. Yeah, fortunately, even in Delhi with all these things, still we have some lot of greenery here. For example, in the place where I live, Anandalok, on the balcony very often. If I am alone, I sit, have my lunch there. And sometimes I've seen and a peacock comes and joins me for lunch. Of course, at a distance we give, there's always something they eat, they don't get scared. So what a joy to be with the plants and birds and all that. I think that should be revived. Thanks to your movement. All the best to you. Thank you. If you are not gone, please go to Damanur.
Okay.
Not very far from Venice. On the foothills of, it's a long story, I don't want to tell about that now. What they're creating a wonderland for the future. The community believes that all this is going to be destroyed one day. As you see what's happening, I think it is not there's a possibility, but the future generation should know what you have done. So they have gone underground and created a wonderland of statues and bird paintings and all that. It's a long story, very interesting story for some other time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The Damanur community in Italy that Karthikeyan is talking about, I have not been, but it's a dream to go there.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll all plan a visit and meditation there one of the years.
This is a very highly spiritual community.
Yes, sir.
They gave me a lunch of 6 courses, all natural, barks and flowers and pots and all that. Nothing was cooked. They got the parikrama, they're going round and round. They got a system of healing. It's an international community. They got their own coins, but they exist very successfully. Chandra, I said I will not talk, but you make me talk. But when Lawrence is there on the subject, so I couldn't resist the hands. Come back. Thank you.
Thank you for this advice.
The other day, by surprise, I visited the beautiful office of Buddha CEO Foundation office. What a beautiful place, full of energy, and those group of people, so much joyful, committed. I don't know whether Lawrence had been to that place.
Not yet.
Oh, you must visit that place.
Plan.
Yeah, it's a very energetic place, inspirational. They have so much of vibrancy, you can feel it by these young people working round the clock for the cause of humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We're all very excited when you were there.
I think Saurabh really wants to say something.
You took time. It is in spite of that hectic schedule. Once again, your heart is big. You wanted to touch as many people, connect, and that was a great inspiration to us that day.
I saw the pictures.
And having you there. And then the best part is exactly in the 2 years later, 1 year later, first year, Patriji was there and inaugurating it. And then, 2-3 days here, you were there on the second anniversary. Around that time, you were there to be in that office. It's great. Thank you. There is good signs that the energies are growing for Buddhist Foundation, we feel. Okay, friends, thank you very much for being there. So we'll all meet again tomorrow, Sundays, long meditations. And we are here with our beautiful hosts, Nilima Shah and Mr. Vikram and Pallavi, some of them. We will listen to them tomorrow after the meditation here in United Kingdom, in London, doing great work. And I'm enjoying. So tomorrow I have the first public session. Today, I have the first public session here. I'm sure we're going to do some group meditations in London from Buddha CEO. Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends, for being there. We'll meet back again tomorrow.